Hey guys, it's Kim from Honey Trail Farm. I am once again in the garden in a different spot that I just made my husband prepare me because I ran out of space in the back garden. But I just had a few things left to plant and I ran out of room in the back garden, so we're gonna put it up here by the house. This is where the last owners had their vegetable garden, and you know it's not enough for me, so that was never gonna go here. But I've got my roses I'm mulching around. I just need to get better at grabbing the camera. I just don't ever want to stop and take the time, and I probably need to do that if I want to have a YouTube channel. Also, another reason why I never grab the camera is that I feel like I always need to get dressed and have makeup on, and that's not the real me. The real me is a hot mess about 95% of the time. You want to see my outfit? Didn't even change for you. I got this shirt at Goodwill. It's like my favorite tank top. It's like loose and comfy. 4 beers ago. I got it at Goodwill about probably 5 years ago. And I'm wearing cut-off leggings. This is just what I look like. Also, these are my favorite sandals. And one of them broke and I can't throw it away. So if you think that I'm wearing mismatched sandals, I'm not. I just cut the strap off because they still work. So if you know why, or if you want to know why I have a hard time grabbing the camera, it's because I was trying to be presentable and it's just not me. I look like this all the time. The driving factor behind this plot is that, for one, I have starts that, not that many though, not enough that I would even care to just scrap, but I have starts that go in here, and I also forgot about a wholesale dahlia order. I'm on Wholesale for the small scale, I think that's what it's called, grower, and he buys like mass amounts and then splits them up. And I forgot that I put in an order for dahlia tubers, and those are wholesale, and you never know what you're gonna get. I don't like ordering that way, so I wanted to, but it was a really good deal. So I wanted to split them up from the ones that I know are disease-free in the back. They came from small growers. And so if any of these I find they are diseased, I just rip them out and pitch them. And they're not going to compromise my expensive ones in the back. So from this tilled bed, you can kind of see right here, I'm going to dig out my pathways and mound up the beds. Also, I'm not measuring anything, I'm eyeballing it because that's also just how I live. This is where we had our chickens all winter, so the ground is going to be nice and fertile, good for planting, but I need to get everything in before it's too late. This old spot, most of it was still cleared because the chickens did a good job of keeping the grass clear, but I just had to get the edges with my shovel, which took like a long day of shoveling the edges of the plot. But like I said, the chickens were here all winter, so the ground should be not need anything. It should be good and fertile, I hope. It's gonna have to be. Okay, now ain't that pretty? Time to get the cardboard for the pathways. We saved all of our cardboard from moving last year, all the boxes, and then plus my mom's job has a lot of cardboard. I'm out of breath. Either way, I got a shed half full of cardboard. Hello. I don't know what kind of witchy voodoo is in this song, but you ever just wake up in the morning and your brain is like, my money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds, I want to feel it. That is me, my brain. Also, my brain is prone to singing songs all day anyway, but I don't want this song. I don't. Needs taken out. Riding in my Fiat. I'm not even on TikTok that much. Why is this in my brain? It's there to distract us. Just kidding. Maybe. Okay, I took a break for breakfast and now I'm back. You can see I got all the pathways and the cardboard down. I'm hoping to run into some wood chips at some point to take to weigh this down. That'd be great. But I wanted to show you guys how I'm gonna plant. I had one more sweet potato that had slips on it, and I hate for it to go to waste. I already planted probably about 5 or so sweet potato slips in the back, and it looks like one already fried. Like it didn't have enough roots on it to keep it going. But I think his name's Gary. I might be wrong on that. But the Rusted Gardener, you can find him on YouTube and Instagram, and he has tons of useful information. But he just showed how he did his sweet potatoes, and I was like, why did I never think of that? So he does his just like you would a potato. Kind of. So the sweet potato has the eyes that form the sprouts, which are called slips, and traditionally you rip those off and root them, but he, like this was a potato, he cuts his like you would a potato, like this, and just plants it. And I'm like, that's so smart, because a lot of times the slips, if you don't babysit them and keep them really well watered, they'll dry up. So I thought that I'm gonna try this method here in the front and see if it works better. Now this is my box of Wholesale tubers, and I wanted to show you what they look like when you order them wholesale. So typically when you order from like a flower farm, they just send single tubers typically. When you order wholesale, and I have already cleaned these up a lot, so they were way worse than this. You just get a clump and they'll be dangly and a lot of broken necks, and you might have one tuber. So if you're ordering wholesale and the thought that you're gonna save money and be able to split them, you're not gonna be able to split them. Basically I just cleaned up a lot of the broken pieces. Like this one, I'm only left with this. Some of them do have eyes though and sprouts already, so we'll see. Oh, here's a good one. It's got a little sprout going. So I'm gonna get these in the ground so they can get growing. These probably won't be flowering until late summer because it's June now, the beginning of June, so it usually takes 3 months. Yeah, so by September we'll have nice pretty blooms here in front, and this is right next to my house, so I'll be able to look at it. Also, my thought was I'm going to try my best to have a jammin', as Justin Rhodes would say, fall garden this year. I have never successfully done it because I always forget. But I even put it in my calendar, the days that I need to start my fall crops, like cabbages, turnips, carrots, you know, fall things. Because I want to keep harvesting along. Oh, I need to start kale too. Gotta add that to my list, put it in my brain. Because my summer kale, who knows if it's gonna like bolt or stay good. But I did get my seeds ordered from Baker Creek, so if you too want to have a jammin' fall garden, order them seeds right now so you can get them started. Here in Zone 5 in Indiana, our first frost is usually in the month of October, sometimes at the beginning and sometimes at the very end, so you never know how long you're gonna get. So I just need to plan on having these things in the ground by like July and August, so that they can get good and established. I have tried to do fall gardens before, and I never get them in the ground soon enough, and they don't thrive because they're too small of a plant to survive the conditions, and then they get stunted. But I have done that before, and then they live all winter. I had kale that did this. I planted it when it was like this big. It didn't get enough time to get big, but it survived all winter, snow, ice, and everything. And then in the springtime, took off, and it was the best kale I've ever had. So I didn't have kale in the winter, but I had good early spring kale. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna plant these now. Also, I'm gonna plant these about 12 inches apart. Okay, Dahlia 2022. It's officially done. My husband is looking at me like I'm a weirdo talking to a camera, because I am. But yeah, I finally don't have anything else to plant. I've got other plants to plant, just not dahlias. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, I've been blabbing for the last 5 minutes about these roses, and it wasn't even recording. Anywhoozy, I will repeat myself. I did get these from High Country Roses. My memory was right. This one's called Over the Moon. If I can figure out in editing how to put a picture in with it, I'll show you. If not, you'll just have to go by my vague descriptions. I think this one is like a peachy, I think 2 of these are like a peachy color. So this one, Over the Moon, is a hybrid tea rose, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I know nothing about roses. I just picked them because they were pretty and they could survive in my zone. This one is Fun in the Sun, and it's also an apricot blend color, which I'm gonna assume is the peachy color I remember. And the last one I'm gonna plant over here, well, of the High Country, this one I'm really excited about. It's called Love Song, and the color description says mauve, but in my brain I saw like a very soft purple, and I'm very excited about it. So these 3 are gonna go up here, and then I'm gonna move the 2 David Austins from the driveway area and put them over here. And then I have 2 rose bushes left, and they're both climbing roses. So I think that I am going to put them out by the gazebo with something to climb up, probably a cattle panel or something, so that they can cover like the sides. Won't it be pretty? I can just see it. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna plant these today though, because it's gonna be hot and I don't want to stress them by moving them, but I might plant them this evening, or there's some overcast and rain days next week, and I might do it then so they're not so stressed. But I am gonna map them out where I want them so that I don't accidentally put something else in their place. The hard part is figuring out. I don't like to make decisions, like permanent decisions. Like a rose bush that could be here in 50 years, like that. Don't like that thought. What if I pick the wrong spot? Gotta do it. Just gotta do it. Gonna do it. But I do think I know where I'm gonna put them actually, so it won't be that hard of a decision. There you can see like the raised beds, and then there's this patch that I was gonna plant sunflowers in, and I still am going to, because these, no one's here. No one is here. Because these will be small this first year, so it won't matter. But I'm gonna put these here in this row, and then we'll plant sunflowers between it, and it'll just be beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna put the purple one in the middle, and the peachy ones on either side. So when you are planting things, like perennial things, you need to consider how large they're going to get. So like these things look tiny now, and I could plant them like what feels like this far apart and they would be fine. There you can see. They look like they would live there, but as they get bigger and bigger and bigger, they will be so crowded out, it ain't even funny. So on the tags, it tells me how big they're going to get eventually, and that's how far I'm gonna plant them apart. This one says 3 to 4 feet. So I'm gonna make sure I leave 4 feet in between these so that they can live. Look right? Does that look right to you? I don't know. What's really exciting is that I'm down to my last 10 trays of plants to plant. It has been, I've been planting for months, actual months. Now I'm ready for the next phase of succession planting one, but I'm gonna do all of my succession planting as direct seeded, and that's super easy. And the next phase is weeding, watering, harvesting. I'm ready to move on to that. But I've got this tray of snaps. I've already pinched them. They're very ready to get out of this soil block. And so I'm gonna plant them in this row, nice and close together. This is why I like soil blocks. Look at them. You just break them apart. Ooh. Can you see that? There's a dead bug on this one. Goodbye. Hey guys, I realized I did not sign off of my video earlier, and in true fashion, it's just been a hot mess video, and it is what it is. I did, however, get cleaned up kind of. I have to go to a birthday party, at least braided my hair and put on some lotion to cover up the smell. I did wipe the dirt off my legs, and now I gotta go. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.